What's up, everybody? I'm just sitting here going through and making sure that all my notifications, all my stuff is working, and making sure it's all here, which it looks like it's working. Um, Let me see. I'm still checking it out a little bit. All right, all right, all right. Everything is working out just fine. Let's see if it's actually going live on the Instagram. I want to see if I'm live, see where I can go to see that, but it doesn't appear to be live on the grind. But well, hey, you know what? We'll give it a second and we'll see. We'll see if it's going to go live uh, on the grind. So let's see if we're live. I don't know. I don't know how to tell if it's going live on the grind page or not. But anyway, if it's not on the Instagram, that's cool. Hopefully it will go live eventually. I'll figure it out. But anyway, it is apparently not going live on the Instagram page. But hey, you know what? That's cool. So we got some watchers. Let me say hi to people for it. What's up, Mr. Alex J. Bart? Uh he said, "Where's Dave Mazingo?" Good evening, Uncle Bruno. Robert Davis in the house. Miss Janice Juban's in the house. Uncle Bruno. Dan Smooth Juban. Pedro the Engraver. Man, we've got a recap recap of the whole 2023. But let me get over here and give a shout out to my sponsors for this show. First up tonight is Mr. Earl Hopkins at Hopkins Design, hopkinsdesign.com. You got to go check them out. If you need anything web associated, a website, you need any type of logo designs, video footage, things of that nature, anything you need, get with Earl at Hopkins Designs. And when you do get a hold of him, let him know that I sent you. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine, established in 2019, the best magazine out there so far. Baggers at Urban Rides Magazine has everything in it. It's just an amazing magazine. They've also got their sister publication, Street Bagger Magazine. You got to get over to the website at urbanridesmagazine.com and check them out, or go to the Facebook page, Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. But whatever you do, go check them out, get your subscription, and let them know that Kevin sent you. Next up is J&D Custom Polishing and Plating. When it comes to chrome plating, gold plating, all that stuff, you've got to go to Mr. Gary Dubois, however you want to say his name. Get with them at the number on the screen. Let them know that Kevin with the Grind sent you, and you will get the best customer service and the best chrome plating you could possibly get. Next up, our good friends over at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine, local magazine, the Indiana and Illinois area. Great magazine, great articles, great calendars in it. They got all kinds of pictures, tattoos like the old magazines used to have. Go check them out at Indiana and Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. Next up, American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com. You got a Harley, you need a custom seat, we got you covered. You need a chopper seat, you need a bobber seat. It doesn't matter. We do it all. Air ride systems, tooling, diamonds, stitching, inlays, embroidery, silk screening. We do it all. When you need a custom seat, go check out AmericanDragSeats.com or American Drag Seats on Instagram, or American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook, and hook it. Give us a call. We'll take care of you. Next up, our good friends over at Hell Speed Shop, hellspeedshop.com. You have got to get over to hellspeedshop.com and get you some of the most kick-ass flannels money can buy. You have to go check them out. What's up, Marcia? I have so many of them now. I think I've got like 10 different flannels they've got. I've got the wife wearing them. I've got my son wearing them. I know Smooth and the guys, they wear them. You got to go check them out at hellspeedshop.com and place an order. Next up, our good friends over at Jade Affiliated, jadeaffiliated.com. Badass wheels, badass. Walter White's amazing. They just dropped a brand new wheel today. Today of all days, they dropped a brand new wheel. Go to jadeaffiliated.com and go check them out. Go check them out on Facebook at Jade Affiliated on Facebook. And man, let them know that I referred you to them, Kevin with the Grind. Order you some wheels, man. You will not be disappointed. Next up is our good friends over at Boom Shy South Customs in Moni, Illinois. You need a bike built, a chopper, go see these guys. They know what they're doing. They were in my build off. The guys built some of the baddest cars. I say cars now. I can say that now. Cars, trucks, hot rods, full paint, full fabrication. They damn near do everything in-house. Go check them out on the interwebs at shysouthcustoms.com. As you can see, give them a phone call at the number on the screen or hit Dan Smooth up on Facebook. And last but definitely not least, Legacy Bike Works. Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. You need a badass custom bagger built. You need a badass custom chopper built. You need a badass custom bobber built. Come see us. Legacy Bike Works. Legacy Bike Works on Facebook is the way to get a hold of us. Legacy Bike Works on Instagram. You need it. We are in Missouri. Missouri City, Manville, Stafford, Alvin, the south part of Houston. That's where we're at. We can take care of you. What's happening, everybody? As you guys can see, it's a little bit different looking tonight. I hope you guys can hear. I'm on a brand new computer, brand new setup. Everything's going good. What's up, Mr. Gerard LeFrancois? Man, your daughter is kicking that ass and taking those names right now. Holy crap, man. I'm seeing what she's doing and how she's doing it. She's just getting better and better and better and better. She is, man, you got to be proud of that girl. What's up, Mr. Dr. Bob Bentley's in the house. Those custom bag liners. Man, dude, there's so much to talk about over 2023. So much happened in 2023. Man, new speaker companies dropping speakers, builders coming out of the woodwork, building some of the most crazy bikes you've ever seen. But with that being said, I'm just going to call it the way I see it. I am seeing a lot of the builders that were big time a couple years ago. Man, you can't even hardly see them anymore. And I wonder what's going on with them. I wonder what's going on, because I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret right now here tonight. I am bringing back the Biker Build Off. I've had enough people message me, enough people wanting to see it again. So if you think you can build a bike in 90 days, hit me up, send me a message, send Uncle Bruno a message. Hit us up, get a hold of us at either the Grind Facebook page, American Drag Seats Facebook page, my personal Kevin Sockwell Facebook page, Uncle Bruno Capola's page. Get a hold of him. If you want to get in on a biker build off and you think you can do it in 90 days and then be judged by the participants at the rally, if you think you got what it takes, hit me up. I want to bring those biker build offs back. I miss them. I mean, that's what this whole show started out about, was doing biker build offs, you know, one-on-one, Joes versus pros, pros versus pros, Joes versus Joes. There's so much that we can do with these biker build offs. And let me put it to you like this, people. I've been a big proponent of it from day one. That's why I started this stuff in the very beginning, was because I wanted people to build. I wanted them to post the live videos. I wanted them to show you what they were doing while they were doing it, just like the TV shows. But we fell short a couple of times on a couple of the builders. But the reality is, I know there are guys out there. I know there's one guy in particular that's been begging me to bring it back. Begging. I'm not going to say his name, but I will say this. Keith Barker, Kevin Beard, Jeremy Wade, Jeremy Valentine. I know I want you guys in my build offs. We've got to get you guys involved somehow. So if you want to see true biker build offs, y'all need to be hooking up with me. I will pit you against somebody that you better bring your A game, because every name I just said knows what they're doing. And if anybody can reach out to Kickstand Dixon, tell him I'd like to see him in one of my biker build offs. If he thinks it's rigged, I'll let him pick the person he goes against. How you like them apples, Johnny? So I will say this, though, doing 3 biker build offs a year was very, very hard, because it's basically 3 a quarter. I mean, 3 a year, and that's every 30 or every 90 days, you're starting a new build off. So I will be cutting it back to just 2 build offs a year. The reason for that is because A, it's expensive. B, I'm going to be having to travel so much to get to the shows, because I got to be there. The booth's got to be there. Everything's got to be there. But I do know this. It's time to bring it back. We've been on hiatus since 2020. That was the last biker build off. And I think it's time to bring it back. I think the industry needs it. I think there's TV shows out there that are looking for this type of content. And let's face it, the fans like the build offs. We had great numbers, great participation, great viewership. Everything was really good. This time when I do it, I will be making the participants actually sign a contract up front before we do anything, and I will make you go live and sign your contract live. The reason for that is because for a long time, everybody was like, oh, it's rigged, it's rigged, it's rigged. And I'm not going to say anybody's names who started all that bullshit, but I will say this. If you want to be in a biker build off, and I host your biker build off, I want to give you the opportunity to actually pick the person you want to go against and call them out. Call them out. If they can't build, I'll tell you who's in the pot, who wants to build, who wants to be in a biker build off. I don't care how big you are. I don't care how small you are. If you think you've got what it takes to build a killer against somebody else where you're going to be judged by the people at the rally, you're not going to be judged by professional bike builders. You're going to be judged by the people that look at these machines, people that admire these machines, just like in the old days. The only difference is I'll be making the trophies myself, and I've got some pretty kick-ass ideas on the trophies. So the trophies themselves might be collector's items. But I do know this. It's time. It's time to bring it back. I would also, well, let me rephrase myself. I'm also entertaining the thought of doing a biker build off for stereo systems. Yes, I said it, stereo systems. So if you're going to want to participate in one of those, there will be rules, and the rules are going to be very cut and very dry, very simple. The way that I want to do them is both builders agree upon a number of speakers they have. I don't care if it's subs. I don't care if it's 8s. I don't care if it's 6.5s. I don't care what it is. But again, it's going to be a parking lot pimp type situation where the crowd judges the best sounding stereo. People that are not professionals in the industry. I don't want professionals in the industry. I want patrons that are going to be going to the motorcycle rallies that enjoy watching the real builders build bikes, build stereo systems, and do their stuff. If the two builders would choose, okay, hey, we're running subs or we're not running subs, that's up to them. I'm going to make them both go live at the same time. When they agree to the biker build off, I'm going to make them go live and agree to the terms. That way, nobody can bitch. Not even a little. He goes, I can't even pick the right purple in 3 months. Tim McLaughlin, you would be a hell of a dude to get in his biker build off stuff. But your stuff is show quality. So you might want to keep you into the shows. Winton Walker. Obviously, got to have one of the build offs in Sturgis next year. Obviously, we would. Obviously, would probably, if I could have it, if I could legitimately have it my way, and I could actually get to Sturgis, fly in for the show. I would like to have one in Sturgis, and I'd like to have one in Galveston. Only reason for Galveston is because that's my home state. That's my home rally. I've always supported the Galveston rally. They've always supported me. So that would be my first two picks. Doing one in Daytona, you have to get the guys building by December 1st. So, and we may do Daytona. If we can get the builds going correctly and get everybody lined out to do it, we could do a Daytona. We could do a Myrtle Beach. We could do a Panama City Bike Week. We could, there's so many rallies out there. We could do it. What's up, Mr. Daniel Roby? Happy New Year, sir. But yeah, I would love to have the build offs come back, get the people building, get the builders talking again, get everybody hyped back up to this little show. Yes, Dan, 100%. We could do one in Chicago. But my whole point is that, man, if we don't start hopping on this and getting some stuff going on, man, it seems like to me, being involved with the industry, it's just kind of getting stagnant again. And we got to spice things up, got to get these promoters and these bike rallies enthusiastic about the bike builders again. And since nobody else other than, Urban Rides, Daniel Roby and myself, and a couple of other small venues, we're the only ones that are actually doing anything with this industry. We need to get it out there. We need to make this fun again. We need to make these rallies bigger and get people more involved and get, patrons coming to the rallies to see the show, to see the builders, meet the builders, buy the apparel, make it what it's supposed to be. I mean, I've been saying this shit for what are we going on? So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And here we are starting 24. You guys realize we're at the beginning of my 7th year of doing the grind. And the first 3 years, we had the build-offs. It was great. It was fun. We did a total of 6 build-offs. And then we did the Big Mother build-off in 2021, which was awesome. Still working on trying to get something like that put together. Just got to get the backup for it. Sounds like I would do it. Brian, you'd be a good contender to do this thing also. It's just fun when you have participation in the industry, when you've got something to do, something to look forward to. I mean, hell, man, I might try to hook up with Daniel Roby and put on a biker, just a big bike show. I like the idea that there's a bunch of ride-in bike shows. I like the idea that there's, the bigger shows and things of that nature. There's a lot of people out there that, man, just by being associated with the show, getting in a biker build-off, it really does help their business. I know for a fact that it helped Gary Dubois with the metal polishing and chrome plating, but Gary was one of the first people to start watching the grind, one of the first people to get in here and support the show. And I'm glad that we've been able to connect him with people that can appreciate what he does. That's what I'm all about. That's what I like to do. That's why I push the 2 magazines or the 3 magazines I push. That's why I push the chrome plater I push. That's why I push the web guy I push, because they're all great people that know what they're doing and don't screw people. Now, I will say this. I have gotten into a little bit of, hey, this guy screwed me over type stuff with certain people, but I've always tried to police it. I've always tried to keep things on an even level and keep people from screwing people over. But with that being said, I would like to discuss all of the new products that I'm privy to that are coming out for the industry. The first one that I can think of is Scott Owens at Insane Asylum. Have you guys not seen his new competition bags? They are freaking monsters. Monster bags. If you guys don't think Scott Owens knows what he's doing, just wait. 2024 is going to be a year of new products, new bags, new kits, new things like that. And these manufacturers of these bags and stuff like that, they know what equipment is popping, and they're building bags and building tour packs and building gas tanks to fit the audio game. The audio game should be just completely insane this year. I know for a fact right now. I'm gonna a shameless plug, but I'm gonna do it, man. Right here, Legacy Bike Works. We are working on a bike that we can bring to Sturgis and impress the shit out of people. We don't care if it's a builder, a manufacturer of parts. We've got a good team, a good product support line behind us, and we are going to try to build something that will actually get the attention, that will show people, hey, they build the fuck out of bikes. Hey, they build the shit out of a stereo system. Hey, they fabricate the shit out of metal. That's what we're trying to do. But we're not running around here claiming we're the best there ever was and blah, blah, blah. No, what we're trying to do is build a kick-ass product. Build something that people are like, all right, these guys know what they're doing. They pay attention to the wiring. They pay attention to the welds. They pay attention to fabrication, and everything costs money. I mean, hell, my painter is one of the best in the country. And I'm a hush right now about that. My bag kit, my body kit is one of the best in the country. My audio is some of the best in the industry. We're not sparing any dimes on building this bike, but we're building it to show people, to show. If I could get my son in a biker build off without all the fucking slack, I would let him build this bike and do it in a biker build off. Bad thing is what he's building, I just don't think he can do it in 90 days and produce the product that we actually need built. But give him a couple of years, put some time under his belt. Who knows? You may see him in a biker build off, whether you like it or not. Dre is in for a build off. I hope so. Another one, Dre Meadows right there. That boy needs to be in a biker build off too. I'm just telling you, people, if you really want to be in a biker build off, there should be enough people that I ought to be able to pit some people against each other and make some shit happen, make some good shit happen. I would like to go and make certain things happen with getting the venues or the rallies, to get them behind us, get them with us. I think it's going to take a collaboration between the rallies and the promoters of the rallies, myself, Daniel Roby, Urban Rides Magazine, Marsha Fitzpatrick, and Thunder Roads Magazine, and other places out there. It's going to take a collaboration of people to make this thing as big as it actually should be. As it should be. I know that there are shops out there that weren't very big, and now they're big as shit because they just keep going and going and building and investing and impressing the next customer. Because you can't stay, like, if you build a bike this month, the next bike you build better be better. We all found that out from a company back in 2018, 2019, went out of business. They just kept building better and better and better, and then they plateaued, and then they stopped, and then they were gone. I hate that. I hate it when I know, and I've been saying this to you guys for the last 6 years, 7 years, you can always tell when a shop's going to go out of business. The writing is on the wall because there's no passion behind it. You can see they're just chasing money. When you find a shop and you find people that are in it, that do it specifically for the passion, the money always follows. It always does. It's kind of funny. I was talking to Cade literally yesterday about what he wants to do when he grows up. And let's face it, he's only 11, so it's probably going to change. But I will say this, right now, he's actually drawing so well that I was like, man, if you really keep drawing and you really keep learning and you spend a lot of time in your art classes and you make that effort and move forward with it, you could be an artist, having an art gallery and have your stuff in an art gallery, all that. You could be an airbrush artist, paint motorcycles. You could, there's so much you could do with what you're doing. But don't ever let anybody tell you can't do it. You can do it. You got to work at it. And if you're one of the lucky human beings that actually does something you really enjoy doing, you're never going to have to go to work. You're never going to work a day in your life. You're always going to do something that's fun, that you enjoy doing. And that's just what it's going to be. Dan Juban, we'll get you a build off setup in Chicago, Cyclorama, Chicago. Cool. Smooth. Awesome idea. Let's get it done for next year. Make sure you get the dates changed so it doesn't interfere with Daytona. That's what Mr. Smooth is working on. He's the man to take care of those plans. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you want to talk about a shop, and I'm not advertising for him right now. I'm talking about as my friend. This guy right here has done so much in 7 years with his shop that I couldn't be more proud to call him my friend. But even if he wasn't my friend, if you just stood back and you looked at what Chi-South has done in 7 years, you cannot help but be envious. You can't help but be proud. You can't help but want to call the guy on the phone and say, dude, how do I do that? How did you do that? I remember talking to Dan a year or two ago, and he was telling me that I needed to get on LinkedIn, that LinkedIn was a place that could get you business. And I was like, how in the hell is LinkedIn getting you business? It's a bunch of office secretary work, salespeople, things of that nature. But I'll tell you what, I shut my mouth and I listen to him now because the man knows what he's talking about. And I say that because he's proven to me. The proof is always in the pudding. I mean, I can listen to anybody run their mouth and be like, yeah, that sounds great, man, but where's the proof? And if you don't have some proof, man, I'm not going to pick on you for it, but I'm not going to believe what you're saying. But when you come out of the gate, you start talking. And by the way, Dan and I have a really good intellectual relationship because we talk to each other. We bounce ideas off of each other, whether it's a build, paint jobs, fabrication, business, invoicing, parts. I mean, he listens to me as much as I listen to him. That's why our relationship works so well. But I'm actually getting the point I'm listening to him more because he's more creative with marketing and putting his company out there, finding the sponsors, getting involved in the things that he does. What's up, Mr. Eric Warren? Happy New Year to you, bud. But my whole point is that if you just looked at that company from the outside, it's what he does. He just gets bigger and better every single year. And there's people out there that do that, but there's also people out there that are smoke and mirrors. And I don't mean that they can't build a bike or that they're pieces of shit. I don't mean that at all. When I say smoke and mirrors, what I mean is they come out, they've got a good logo, good design, they build a bike or two, and then they just kind of put everything on cruise control and they just kind of ride that wave instead of pushing like Dan, like the guys at Chi-South, because they all in their own minds, they all bust ass. They all push the envelope to get that company where it needs to be. Now, off of that, getting people in this industry to support each other is becoming really comical to me. And when I say this, I'm bringing up all the drama and all the bullshit that happened in 2023. Because I'll tell you what, 2023 was a good year for me personally. The end of it, the last month, was horrible for me. But you know what? I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. I've still got these two hands to do things with. So I'm good. I'm going to be fine. But I'll tell you what, 2023 was actually a good year for me. We did good. We built some cool bikes, did some good audio work, had fun. had a lot of fun, made a lot of good memories in 2023. But I will say there's the drama between shops blows my mind. It does, and I really don't know why. I think some of it. Uh, Thank you. I appreciate that, Dream Driven Motorsports. I really appreciate that. Um, what blows my mind, to be honest with you, is if a shop is working every day and they're just for the lack of argument's sake, they're getting by. They're paying their bills. They're having fun. They're doing it. They're not getting rich, but they're enjoying their lives. And then all of a sudden they come out with a product. It amazes me how many people hate on them as opposed to how many actually pat them on the back, build them up, and things of that nature. Because I saw so much slander and so much BS this last year from builders to customers to bystanders. I mean, even some of the promoters, it just seems like people just can't support what's not theirs. You know, they just got to fucking hate. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Because I'm going to tell you what, I have been done dirty by a couple of shops with my Camaro. Not hating on them. I don't wish them any ill will. I'm not trying to go out and kill them or kick their asses or any of that. I just understand, guess what? I won't be going back to you. And if someone were to ask me, hey, is this a good shop? I'd be like, they might be a good shop, but they were not good to me. That's what I would do. But there are people out there. There are people out there that it's their intentions. They want to cause pain and they want to put people out of business. And it's because they have a little dick. They have a little tiny penis and they are so insecure that the only thing that makes them feel better is when they're bashing somebody. And it's funny to me because I host this show, been hosting this show for 7 years. And in 7 years, I've never had anybody bash me to my face. Never. Not one time. And it's funny to me because, man, if honestly, if I don't like somebody and I don't like their work and I think it's junk, typically I keep it to myself. The reason I keep it to myself is everybody has to start somewhere and everybody makes mistakes. Now, if some of those shops take it upon themselves to start dogging me, I'll dog them right back. I'm not a puss. But the reality is, I'm not headed out to cause anyone that's done me wrong or dog shit about me. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to cause ill will on them. I still want to see them succeed. I do. They're just not going to succeed with my money. That's all. That's it. But I will tell you this. There are people out there, they're painters, seat guys, fabricators, bodybuilders. When I say bodybuilders, I don't mean weights. I mean the bag kits, the tank kits. Hell, there's even companies out there that, build the drop seat frames for the Harleys. There are people out there that every day they go to work and they try to create. They create something new. They try to create something better. And like I said, it just blows my mind that there's people out there that hate on them, that hate the fact that they're trying. Are you upset that they're trying because you can't try? Are you upset that they're trying and you're afraid that they may get more kudos or recognition than you're getting? Are you jealous? Are you insecure? Stop it. One thing I found out in this bike building industry is not everybody is your fucking friend. And that's okay. But the people that are the people that are going to support the shit out of you. The people that are going to, even if you have an argument with them, they're still going to promote you. Do you know how long it takes to do a Facebook share? A share. Literally, you click one button and then you push post. So it's 2 clicks. It's 2 clicks of your mouse. You know who I think is the king of sharing on Facebook? And I guarantee you people, when I say this name, there's not a single person that's going to disagree with me. I think Uncle Bruno, which is Bruno, Bruno Coppola, we all call him Uncle Bruno. He's the king at sharing. He shares and supports everybody. It's not just me. It's not just the grind. If you look back through the comments, you're going to see every website, every post on here that's sharing is from Uncle Bruno. That's what it is. That's what he does because he wants to see everybody succeed. And it's amazing to me. It's literally amazing because this isn't the only show he supports. He supports 5 or 6 different shows. And he's so good at supporting those shows from the background that he never asks for anything. He never expects anything. He never looks for the pat on the backs or free merchandise or anything like that. He just does it because he's just a kind human being. What did Nick Weir say? Nick Weir said, the worst thing I see in this industry is rushing products to market. Just because you made it work on one bike doesn't mean it's ready for public consumption. I would agree with that. But there are people out there that I know for a fact that have spent years developing a product. And they've done so much R&D to get that product to where it fits. I personally am working on a product right now that I'm just sitting back, taking my time, taking measurements, figuring out the best way to build this one product. And who knows, I may sell one of them or I may sell 100,000 of them. I don't know, but I know I want to make one because I want it. I want that product. I want to use that product. And when we do it, we'll drop it. And if it sells, it sells. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. We're just going to do our best that we can. He supports the crap out of me away from here as well. Yes, Gary, he does. We all support you. That's one thing for sure. I support you. Have been doing so from the beginning. But yes, that, I'm going to put that on the screen. I am going to put that on the screen. Chris Carlstrom said, yes, Bruno is 55% of my news feed, but I love it. At least somebody's passionate about sharing. Absolutely. And he does. And if you pay attention, even if you don't pay attention to Uncle Bruno, go send him a friend request, look at his stuff, go to his page, and you will literally see he shares everything with everyone all the time. And sometimes he messes around and he shares stuff 2 or 3 different times to 2 or 3 different places. So we need more people like that. So here's what I'm going to say. Stop being dicks, first of all. If you're mad at somebody right now, you feel like they did you wrong, man, shoot them a text, something that says, hey, I'm sorry, and just be done with it. My closest friends know I'm going through some shit right now, and you got to swallow your pride, take it easy, and just do the best you can with what you can and go forward. I don't know how many of you guys are Christians, but I am. And I pray every night. I legitimately pray, dear God, please give me peace, give me patience, give me understanding, because some of these people are wearing me out. They just are. And I try to just take into consideration that, maybe there's something in the background in that person's life going on that's actually causing them to be such a C word. Yes, it only takes a few seconds to share. Us two with both Shy South and Psychorama. Oh, shit. Sorry. John Lynch is watching from YouTube. Hell yeah. Gary Dubois, Scott Hoover, thanks, buddy. I'd ask how you're doing, but I know it's a slow process. Hope you're well. What's up, Pat Price? I like it that I'm starting to see more people watching from YouTube. That's freaking good. Let me be honest with you, people. The more we get on YouTube and the more views and the more followers we get on YouTube, I make money. I ain't making none right now, and I got a long way to go to get there to make money on YouTube. But no shit, people. I need followers on YouTube. If y'all can go over to the YouTube page and then share it everywhere you can, we can get more followers on the Grind YouTube channel, and hopefully we can monetize it. The good thing about monetization when you're on a YouTube channel and a YouTube platform, once you get monetized to a certain level, just like all of the big guys, you can start giving things away. You can start giving money away. You can start, just like my big dream right now is to host the biggest, baddest biker build off with 10 to 15 invited builders and give away $30,000 cash to one builder and have him be that guy for the entire year. I want to do that so bad because there are so many bike shows. There are so many bike shows throughout the country at all the different rallies. And I support those bike shows, but you're winning a trophy and there's no prestige to it. What I'm trying to do is build the most prestigious bike build-off bike show combination in the history of motorcycles. The reason I'm doing that is because in the car world, in the automotive world, there's a thing called the Riddler. And if you're not privy to the Riddler, you literally can type in Google the Riddler car show and it will pull it up. They have guys that spend millions building cars just so they can win a Riddler. Now, it's got to be the best of the best of the best of the best, period, point blank, the end, hands down. Well, that's what I want to do in the motorcycle world. I would like to build a platform and a show to where you win so much money, you're begging to get into that show. It is the most prestigious show. It is the cream of the crop. No offense, and I'll put this bluntly. If somebody walked up and paid me $150,000 to build a bike, that's going to be awesome. I'm going to build a killer. Into the story. It's going to be a bad mofo. But I'm going to spend that money. I'm going to spend that money. That money will go away. And all I'm going to have is pictures on a cell phone. That's all I'm going to have is a memory and the time that I spent doing it. But if you can get into a competition where you build the baddest bike and you win it, and you get 30, 40, 50, 60, who knows how much money we can generate as a winner, it's more about the prestige of that show. And that's what I want to build because it's never been done. It doesn't exist. No, Ross, you're wrong. It's not going to be a who knows who. I will never, ever do that. The reason I won't do that is because of this. I don't want to dilute the process. So that's why it is my intention to get a panel of people. Daniel Roby would be one. Possibly Uncle Bruno would be one. I would be one. And a couple of other people in the industry, not bike builders, but in the industry, get us all together to pick, okay, well, hey, dudes, we can't have Jesse James in every one of these. We need to get that guy that's building a bike in his garage. We need to get the guy that may have just opened a shop a year or 2, 3 years in, and he's struggling, but he does good work. And I don't want it to be just bagger builders. I don't want it to be just choppers or old school bobbers. I want it to be everything. I want people to bring everything to this build off. But at the end of the day, man, you're still only going to get 1 year to build a bike. You're still going to have to video it. You're still going to have proof of what you started with, timestamp, the whole 9 yards. you're still going to have to prove, because that's what people want to see. They want to see the process. They want to see the blood, the sweat, the tears, what you're doing, how you're doing it. That's what they want to see. That's what people want. No, it will not be a people's choice, not at all. It will actually have 3, if I can get them, AMA judges that know what they're looking at, that know how to judge, that know how to look at a motorcycle no matter what it is, a bagger, a chopper, a trike, an old school bobber, an old school pan. It doesn't matter what you build. They will know what they're looking at. Because when you're talking that kind of money, that kind of time, that kind of investment on your own to build that, you don't want just some layman looking at your bike not knowing what they're looking at. It's got to be that professional. It's got to be that hardcore. That's why I would want to do it that way. ISCA judges, I can help you with. I think he meant the Riddler Award. Yes, there is politics a favorite at that level? Yes, and if I knew more about the Riddler, if I knew how they did it, because it's not just one show. I know, if I'm not mistaken, they're at all the Autoramas, and they pick the winners from the Autoramas, and then they pit all those winners against each other. But like I said, I know that there was a Mustang that was built, and I don't know if it won or not, but he had $5 million into the build of that car. I also know, if anybody's familiar with Pygmy down here in Santa Fe, Texas, he's a painter. He actually painted a Nova that did win the Riddler. So when you talk about that caliber of paint job, this is a little old man. I don't know how old he was when his paint job won the Riddler, but I do know he's right here in Santa Fe, Texas, and the dude is a phenomenal painter. But he's a local, Texas painter. Insane painter. Has anybody even heard from Pygmy? I know Tim McLaughlin might know of him, and I know damn good and well Timothy Skates knows of him. But I'm just curious if he's still around. I had his cell phone at one point in time. I might actually, let me see. I might have his phone right now. Let me check and see. Yep, I sure do. I've got his telephone. Actually, I got 2 numbers for him. I got his cell phone and his shop number. Yep, I sure does, cuz. So I need to send him a text message tomorrow and see how he's doing. Dan Juban, he's talking about a 1-year time length. 12 builders compete for 30,000 cash to 1 winner. Yes. Well, Milburn's no longer in business. I don't know where Mike Milburn's at anymore. One show, Detroit Autorama has to debut there. The Great 8 from the Great 8. They pick the Riddler winner. Okay, cool. So I'm not wrong. You guys understand what I'm talking about then. Scratching his head, went from 3 months with people judging to 1 year with a panel of judges. I'm just too high. No, Tim, let me clarify for you, bro. Let me clarify. So there's 2 different build-offs. So the first biker build-off I'm talking about is pitting 2 guys against each other. They get 90 days to build. You go to a rally, and then the participants at the rally, the patrons at the rally, pick the bikes, But I'm also talking about doing another like Riddler type biker build off where we have 10 to 15 invited builders that want to do it. So no, you're correct. I'm just talking about 2 different scenarios of biker build offs I'd like to do. I'd like to bring back the Joes versus Pros 90-day build offs because they're fun. Do 2 of those a year. But I also am working on getting the funding for the great big one. The Grind National Biker Build Off is what it would be called. That's just what it would be. The other, he said, setting pipe down things. And he's talking about exhaust pipe. I know that. But I know that the Rat's Hole and getting a cheese is a very, very prestigious award to win. Also, it's revered and held very high. But I'm talking about something even bigger and better than that. So, but my whole point is, I would like to do these things to get this industry popping and get it happening again and get money generating through it to whatever degree I can do it. That's what I'm talking about doing. But as far as all that goes, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. If you want to be in a one-on-one biker build-off, 90-day build-off, please message me. Doesn't cost anything to get in it. I'm going to make the trophies. They will be custom-made trophies. I'm not going to a trophy shop and buying something that everybody can buy. I will make the trophies at the time that the biker build-off happens. I do know I said about 5 or 6 different names at the beginning of the show, so go back and watch the beginning of the show, of people I'd like to see get in on it. If you guys know of any builders, whether they're garage jockeys or they're up-and-coming shops or they're seasoned professionals that would like to do this, let me know. We have a pretty good pedigree behind us as far as builders. American Drag Seats, Dave Mazingo from Sinworks, Mike Campbell, Don Ogilvie from Evil Iron, Mike Wilcoxon, he was in it, Warren Vesley, rest in peace, sir, and Scooter Shooters was in one of my build-offs. Barnyard, Brad and Tom from Barnyard were in a build-off. Brian Barber was in a build-off. Rest in peace, Eddie Conaway and Anthony Dirty Brown. They were in a build-off. So we've got some pretty good hitters behind us that have done this and know the stress that it takes. Rest in peace, 2 of them. But I'm telling you guys, I'd like to bring it back. I'd like to bring them back. So if you're interested in being in a biker build-off, or you know someone that would like to be in a biker build-off, show them the video, give them the links, give them my cell phone number, because most of you guys, everybody watching has my cell phone number. You can get a hold of me on Facebook. You can message me. There's so many platforms to get a hold of me. Just get a hold of me, and we will make this thing happen. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this Thursday night up. Thank you all for participating. Thank you all for showing up tonight. We had a good crowd, a good showing. I am working towards getting more interviews. We've got some cool people that we've interviewed in the past. Build-off documentary, yes, we would work on that again too. Bringing up some of the old and talking to some new people you guys might not know, plus talking to some alumni that we've interviewed before, getting these people on there, finding out how they're doing. Michelle Francois, we need to get her back on here. Need to get Michelle Rowe back on here. Would love to get Jamie Vesley on here, find out what's going on with her and Scooter Shooters and everything. Get some of the alumni back in here, interview them, see how they're doing, figure out if there's anything we can do to help everybody. You know what? It's 2024, man. Let's make this shit happen. Let's treat each other better. And you guys go have a kick-ass night, and we will see you all next Thursday night.